Sure.
He might remember the story differently than I do.
Let me tell you this story. So I'm skiing with my family in Deer Valley, and then I hear someone say, dude, Colbert is on the other, Stephen Colbert is on the other slope. You guys must be here together. And I said, no. And they just assume that talk show hosts call each other and make a plan.
And Conan called me up and he said, could I ski with you guys? And I was like, and he said, please, I have no friends and I frighten my family. And could I?
That sounds like Conan.
And I said, okay, I'll, all right.
But anyway, then shortly afterwards, I get a text from Stephen Colbert saying, I hear everyone says that a tall Belgian woman who looks like you is here. I immediately said, yes, I'm here. So we ski together, and we ski for a bit. And at one point, the two of us, and we're skiing with his kids, who are great, his family. His kids are now much older now. This story took is a few years old.
It's just me and him, because my kids saw him and said, I don't want to ski with him. And they were fans of Leno, and they said, we don't want to ski with Conan. And I made them take a side, because I thought like.
But his kids are now, I think, in their 50s. And
thanks for bringing all the old stories.
Sorry. But anyway, we're on the ski lift together, just the two of us, and it's deadly quiet. And then he starts telling me a story about how when his show comes on, he goes in the other room while his wife and his kids watch it.
So I get on the lift with Conan, and he is, he loves the sound of his own voice. And so we're right on the lift, and I'm like, shh, we got the masks on. There's a chance for nobody to know who we are. Uh-huh. You know what I mean? Because we got the helmet, we got the goggles on, we got the mask. We can actually go out there and enjoy ourselves. And he's like, I'm Conan O'Brien, when we're in the lines. And his helmet is the color of his hair. Like, his helmet actually is the color of his hair, okay? And on the back of his, Andy Richter's face is stitched into the back of his jacket. And I'm like, this is embarrassing. And Conan, he sees like one of these little, like a conga line kind of like toddler ski class going by, and he goes, I bet I could take a dump on those kids. And I said, don't even joke about that. That's
those are my children and their mother.
Nice. That's not right. They got the clips on the front of their skis, so they have to be in this.
Pizza French fry. Pizza
the entire time. Exactly right. Which is how Conan skis, by the way. It's all pizza. It's all pizza French fry, which isn't easy at his height.
Well, I'll say right now, he was terrified. And he does that kind of pizza thing where he puts his skis in. And he went
Pizza
down.
French fries. Pizza French fries.
Yeah, pizza French fries. And he was saying pizza French fries, pizza French fries.
And Conan's like, I bet I could do that. And I said, please don't try. And he said, too late. Sounds like you're daring me. And I'm like, you're in a full length. You're in like a neck to ankle, like one-piece jumpsuit. How are you going to do this? And he goes, zip, he's got a flap in the back. And he just scoots it out.
And at one point, he just sat down. And we were on a green.
Was he shitting himself at the time?
Well, I couldn't tell. He said there was shit underneath his bottom where he landed before.
He'd lost the valve. Yeah.
He scoots it out over the back.
Oh my God.
I swear, hand to God, he yells, Tora, Tora, Tora.
That's his shit war cry?
He yells, Tora, Tora, Tora. And just like.
So he sat down, and then there was shit. And then he said, that's someone else's shit. I just happened to sit here. And I said, that's fresh.
100%. A bright orange waste comes out of Conan.
100%.
And just like, it's like he lives just on Dorito dust.
That is fresh shit. Steam is coming off that shit.
Yeah. Pizza, French fries, fudge.
And then he said, get me a stretcher. I need a stretcher. And he wasn't hurt at all.
And literally knocks these kids down.
Lesson over.
Absolutely knocks them down.
Oh my God.
And with just a high-pitched cackle.
And then
line it with plastic.
Yes. And so it took about an hour to get a stretcher there, and they had to wipe the shit off of him. And he was yelling at these people.
I think they had to defrost it first, right?
He was yelling at them. Yes. And he was yelling at them and being very rude. And then I had to ski down with him.
He's all proud. And I got to say, I'm impressed.
Of course.
I gotta say, a man his age, that
that's
control,
incredible.
This is 100% true.
100%. It happened.
100% true.
And whenever they went above like 3 miles an hour, this is on a stretcher. He would go too fast, too fast, too fast, too fast.
This is so inflammatory. This is,
Yeah.
Ask Stephen. Ask Stephen if this is true, and he will tell you it's true.
And we've never talked about it. We've never talked about it since. We've never, from that moment, we never talked about it. We made a promise. He looked at me, and his pride, it went from like pride to deep shame.
Sure.
He goes, I want you to swear that not only did you not see that, like you'll never say anything, but you'll never say we went skiing together. And I said, I won't ever say anything about us skiing together if you never say anything about
even
it.
that day?
From that second, didn't happen.
Fuck around.
We so appreciate the trust.
And one of the reasons is because we get to the top, and obviously who's up there? Cops. Like they're like, because
Jesus Christ, what a ride.